Have you ever been in these kinds of situations when every option you had seemed like the bad option? Well, more about that right after the intro. Welcome to the Day One Journey, episode 151, Cha-ching. Yeah, well, were you in these kinds of situations when every option you had seemed to you like a bad option? Well, today I'll share with you one personal story just like that, and then I'll make the connection to the priority series, of course, because this is still the priority series. But let's dive right into the story, and let's go 8 years into the past. 2018. It was me and then my salsa partner, Moran. We were in Malta, 2010 Malta Salsa Congress. Yeah, we were there for the first time performing abroad. A couple show, just me and her on the stage with our choreography. First time abroad, teaching and performing in that event during that weekend. So we were there during our first rehearsal on stage. It was afternoon and the show was in the evening. So I remember till now, we entered the big hall. It was huge room, huge space. It was where the performance will take place as well as all the parties. So we were there. We saw the stage pretty far. It was a big room. We went closer to the stage where we, of course, will do the rehearsal. And the stage was much smaller than we thought. So we got a little bit concerned because our show was a little bit big with space and we weren't sure how it would work for us. So we were a bit concerned about that. When we got closer, we saw a strange thing. Between the back of the stage and the wall, there was a gap. And it got us even more worried because we had a part in our choreography where we spin together as a one unit, like moving on stage as one unit towards the back of the stage where the gap was. So we were worried that we would fall there. It was like scary. So the stage was small, we had this gap going on, and when we went up on stage just before doing the rehearsal, we sensed the floor. It was pretty awful. It was with cracks a bit, and her heel got stuck in these cracks between the tiles. Yes, the floor on the stage. We were pretty worried about that. Then we did the show with the music on stage, and it went pretty bad. It just went pretty bad, and we were pretty stressed about that. First time performing abroad, the rehearsal wasn't good. I think also the other artist was a little bit complaining about the stage and asking for other options, or then the producer said that some of the people can perform on the floor of the room, not on the stage, just in front of the stage, on the floor. And that floor was amazing. So we tried to do that there, the show, with the music, everything. And it went great because we had the space, because it wasn't just the stage. It was down, on the floor. It was great. It was just great. So everything went smoothly. We were super happy. So we entered the rehearsal, we were pretty happy, went for the room, and we had like 3-4 hours to rest before going for the show. So I went there 20 minutes before we had to be backstage. Moran was still getting ready. I told her to come afterwards. I'll go first, make sure everything is good. I brought the music on a USB stick to the DJ. I was happy I was there a little bit before, make sure everything is good. But then when I entered the same hall, a huge room, they would start putting the chairs for the audience. And the audience were already sitting there as well, and they were putting more and more chairs. And then when I was taking a seat on one of the chairs, like watching the show, I realized that if you don't perform on stage, if you perform on the floor, meaning on the same eye level as the audience wouldn't see your waist and down because it's not on the stage. I just realized that only then. And then I thought about the video of the show. The video of the show will be the same because our friend that will take a video of us will be where the audience is sitting. So the video will be bad. You'll see just half of our bodies. And this was so important for us because this is our business card. It was the first time performing abroad as international artists, international dancers, international performers. And the only video we will have will be like half of our bodies. By the way, it's a salsa show. It has a lot of footwork inside. And the other option was also bad because on the stage it was really bad for us. We were scared to fall down within that weird gap they had between the back of the stage and the wall. Whoa, it's that. I was speaking to the producer, I was speaking with other artists. Maybe they had something in mind, maybe some solution, but it boiled down for me making a decision. It wasn't even waiting for Moran to come, my partner, and so we can discuss about that, because I had all the information, and when she came, we needed to have a decision. I had the responsibility to take the decision. I knew that, and there were two options, and both were bad. But then, I asked myself a question that gave me the clarity I needed to make the decision best for us. I'll share with you that question next episode, because we are out of time. But back to you. What would you do in these kinds of situations? What would you tell me as a friend? What would you ask yourself or ask me to give me that clarity I wanted? To give yourself the clarity you want when everything seems to be going against you, when every option seems to you like a bad option. What do you ask yourself in these kind of situations? Comment below whatever you would do in these kinds of situations, or what your advice will be. What would you ask yourself in these kind of situations? And of course, do it today. And of course, have an amazing day one. See you tomorrow, and I'll continue the story.